Hello. Yes, it's been a bit too long since my last video. Mainly because I've been soldering on, trying to do my Thunder Force 4 video. I've had multiple attempts since, and it's fucking pissing me. Sorry, no, it's pissing me off. So I'm just going to bite the bullet and do one take, and then I'm going to have to. That'll be it. I'm determined, to get it done. Yeah. So that's why it's been a bit sparse, because I've been preoccupied trying to do that. But also I've been slightly aware that I've just been doing things like pickups videos and stuff, and what I've been buying. And I was looking at my recent videos, and they're all getting a bit samey. It's just me rah, and talking bollocks at the camera. I wanted to do something different, and obviously gameplay video. But I think I might even take that a bit further and do another. I've not done a DVD video in what seems like ages. I've seen some good ones recently, actually. Good ones I like to talk about. Also, I think my PS1 collection's changed quite a bit since I did it, because that was a long time ago as well. That was one of the very first videos I did. So I'd like to do that again, because it's changed so much. But I just want to do something different. I think I've heard a few people say that, want to do something different. But I'm struggling to come up with proper ideas. So, well, we're back with the pickup. Sorry, yeah, back with the pickups video. Having said that, some quite interesting ones actually. some good and bad games I've bought. A few games I've bought just out of sheer curiosity, and I was just for a laugh, really, buying for a laugh. I think some of those will get gameplay videos made out of them, but I'll crack on. I went to Welling. It's in Hertfordshire, not too far from me. Smaller than Watford, but it's still got a decent selection of shops, good selection of charity shops, and it's got a game and a game station and a Blockbusters, a good Blockbusters. And their game station has just shipped in a load of retro stuff since Christmas, and I was like a kid in a candy shop. Got excited. I saw, wow, PS1 games. So I give a little bit away there. But also, this is one that I'd Arx Vitalis. It is £2.99. A first-person RPG. I think, yeah, first-person RPG in the sort of in the sort of vein of Morrowind, I think. It's more of a dungeon crawler, I think. But it seems pretty good. I mean, I think I saw, I think it was Metal Jesus Rocks buy this. But it looks interesting, and it was £2.99, and obviously any variation on the RPG theme, I'll at least give a punt to. And £2.99, it's all there and it's all complete and pretty decent nick. As referred to my little slip, I saw some PS1 games in that same branch. Quake 2, 99p, really nice condition. I've never been big on the PS1 first-person shooters. I remember renting some. I'm not sure I ever owned any, but I don't know. It doesn't. It seems to be the technology at the time. The 3D technology is a bit too new, and it was still evolving. Really, I think that's my personal point of view. And so, I think first-person shooters only really hit their stride sort of with the Xbox, really. Regarding PC gaming, because obviously that's a whole different kettle of fish. But yeah, 99p, and really nice nick. Looks quite new. And they had quite a good selection actually. I could have spent a bit more money, but I was feeling thrifty. And this is one that's quite an interesting one actually. It's called CT Special Forces 3, codenamed sort of Bioterror, I think. It's a series of obviously CT Special Forces games. I think there's they went into the last gen, and there was a sort of 3D version. Well, these are, it's pretty much the series, the 1, 2 and 3 especially, regard number 4. These are pretty much Metal Slug clones, but don't let that fool you, they're not Metal Slug. It's sort of Metal Slug without the sense of humour or the anarchy. It's slower and more, not thoughtful. It's not anarchic as Metal Slug. Less fun, obviously, but visually they're almost identical. I mean, the Metal Slug has more character. And I think these must have been budget releases, because I wouldn't pay much more than that for it. Even though this one in particular is just impossible to get hold of. You can get the first game on eBay just for a couple of, £1 or £2, and I wouldn't pay any more than that for you. They're definitely worth giving a go to, just because of how similar they are to Metal Slug. But this one's £1.99, and it's pretty good. I do actually enjoy it, but it's a pay limitation really of Metal Slug. It's more serious. I think the first level you start off, there's always little touches, like you start off and you're skydiving onto the back of a train, and you have to adjust the trajectory of your little man, and then press the parachute release button just at the right time. And all these little touches sort of make it stand out. The presentation is just dirt cheap and nasty. I think the manual is just a few pages long. A few pages long, but this one in particular is just, there's never any on eBay. Interesting thing about this, it was released in 2004. 2004, I had no idea they were still making PS1 games that late. So I checked it out, and apparently they were still making them up to 2005. So that even, I wouldn't, it's pretty much a budget game, budget version of Metal Slug. Slower, less anarchic. Check them out. Check out the videos. You get a decent idea of what they're like on the YouTube videos. But I wouldn't pay more than £2 for them. But I mean, they're interesting things to have. But 2004, the same day I knew of a copy of a particular game in Computer Exchange I wanted to get. So I raced down there afterwards, after going to Welling, and it was this, the Suikoden IV. This is a game that this is pretty much to complete the collection. I've got all bar number 1, disregarding number 3 because it wasn't released in PAL regions. And this is supposed to be the poorest by quite a way. But I want it for just to at least to give it a chance. I've not heard particularly good things about it, and it seems to have that annoying Wind Waker travelling by sea thing, and that's one of its downfalls. And another thing that mistake it made was that it continued on from number 3, and it only had 4 battle members. And I think that was one of the things that set Suikoden series aside, is the fact they had 6 battle members, because normally it's 3 or 4. Or 5 even, and Suikoden had 6, and this decided to sort of lop off what made the Suikoden series unique. But it's renowned to be the poorest of the series, and number 5 put right some of the faults of this game. But this is in excellent condition, and it's one thing I want to show you actually. I was wondering whether or not it's taken the lead from Unlimited Saga, that dog of an RPG. In the presentation on Unlimited Saga was really nice, and this one has a really nice, really nicely put together manual. It's almost like on parchment. It's really thick sort of card. It's full colour, and it's really nicely illustrated. Almost, it's like it's sort of aged parchment. That's what it seems like. And in the middle, there's this sort of fold out advert for Ease the Ark of Napish Tim, and it's on the other side. You've got a Suikoden IV thing. I was wondering if they're trying to sell a sort of a dodgy game on sort of by something other than the game itself and just ramping up the presentation, the extras, the asides. But I'm interested to give that a go. Like I said, it's renowned to be the worst, but it was £6. Yeah, right. These next two, a couple of days, last week sometime, I travelled down to. Actually, I saw on the Computer Exchange website a couple of games in the London area. These two games in particular are sort of a dog to get hold of. And they had a copy of each in a branch of Computer Exchange in Kingston, in London, which is at the same time. But the thing is, Kingston's in southwest London and I live in north, so I pretty much had to travel the whole length of right across London to get there. It took me about 2 hours. Didn't help, there was train delays and stuff. But when I got there, I'd sort of forgotten to check out the address and look on the map. So I got to Kingston. I thought, oh, it's got to be somewhere where all the rest of the shops are. So I got out of the train station, went off on a bit of a walked around Kingston for an hour or so. Got totally lost. Found a branch of game and asked the guy, and he gave me directions. When you're down there, and there. Okay, I think I've got it. I followed his directions and it took me back towards the station, and and there it was, literally right outside the station, just sort of tucked around the corner, just out of eye line. So I'd sort of basically gone on a pointless tour of Kingston for nothing. But I got there and they had the game that I particularly wanted. And it is a Raiden III. This is pretty good actually. I've had one copy of this before, but I actually sold that on because it was in pretty knackered condition. But this is it's really cheesy, to be honest. It feels like a budget release, but the game itself is pretty worthy. But the presentation is pretty budget and just cheesy as hell. It's the music itself is sort of really sort of sunny. It almost reminds me of Outrun music. It's got that sort of sunny disposition. But this is absolutely cracking condition. I'm really pleased to have it. It cost £20, but it was paid for. I'm not willing to part with any proper money at the moment. Obviously since Christmas, and so I paid for it with credit, exchange credit. But it's okay. I do enjoy it. It's got 60 Hz mode, which might be of interest to Mr. Dan W547. It lacks personality. I think that's one of its main problem. And there's a classic game room review of it, and it's pretty much spot on. You read the back, in no point does it tell you who you're actually fighting. It's just basically a ship you take off and you start shooting bad dudes, just because they're trying to kill you. But it is enjoyable, I'll give it that. But it just lacks personality. Cheesy sort of sunny disposition music, but enjoyable all the same. It goes for a bit, but just because of because it's a niche title and how rare it is. But I say rare. I don't like saying the word rare. Actually, I think the word rare gets overused. But it's just a bitch to get hold of. And this beauty, No, I have to open this up because this was from the same branch. I saw on this. It was the other game that I'd seen. When I was paying for that, I just thought I might as well ask them. So I'd not seen it on the shelves. And I asked them. I thought it had probably just fallen through the system. And he went to look in his. I'd never realised in Computer Exchange they have a section which is just discs. And he went to look for it, and lo and behold, he came back, and it was just disc and manual, and it is a Gigawing Generations, sort of following the theme. And this was a lot cheaper. This was a £5, but again paid for with exchange credit. It's got a knackered manual, and the disc's okay, not brilliant, but the manual's got a bit of a manky fold in the corner, just there, that corner. But this is sort of different. It has that sort of lack of personality, but it's just mental. The game itself, it just throws all manner of shit at you. It has that similar lack of personality, but it's more anarchic and more difficult than Raiden III. Personally, I thought I preferred Raiden III, but I had another go at this last night, and actually I started to enjoy it more than I had done. You get a choice of four craft. Well, that one, it's just literally make do with what you're given. And the thing is, the problem with this is that it just throws all manner of shit at you, and there's so much on the screen at a time. It is the archetypal sort of bullet hell shooter. But then there are sort of score multipliers and collectibles and projectiles and enemy, and the screen is literally chock-a-block full of stuff, and it's quite difficult to work out what you're supposed to dodge and what you're supposed to collect, and your ship and the enemy ships. But yeah, no cover. This box, I bought the box to put it in. Obviously, no cover. I thought, it doesn't matter if there's no cover. I'll check cdcovers.cc, but they've only got the Dreamcast version, so I've been looking around, and all I can find is something on GameFAQs, which is literally the front cover and the back cover printed out, but with no sort of no spine. So it's printed out. They print front and back printed out separately. So I'm going to have to sort of bide my time. I might just print it out individually and see if I can somehow cobble together a spine. But yeah, I'm chuffed to get those, especially in one day's worth. And it came in this monstrosity. That's why he gave it to me. Yeah. And I bought this because it had a brilliant case. It had a brilliant case, and this is the game that I swapped this case for. So if anybody wants a really nice copy of Pro Evo Soccer 2, this DVD case I got from a charity shop. Really nice woman behind the counter just gave it to me because I was going to pay 10p for it. She went, "No, you have it." But yeah, look, spanky, brand spanking new from 2002. You sure nobody wants it? It's there if anybody wants it. Yeah. The same charity shop yesterday that I got that monstrosity. Another monstrosity. Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22, the well-known shocker of a Dragon Ball Z game. 75p, sorry, 75p. I wouldn't pay any more than 75p for this game. It is an absolute stinker. But I like Dragon Ball Z. I like Dragon Ball Z, and I think it sort of transcends that sort of so bad it's good thing. It's just funny. It's not so bad it's good, it's funny. It's so bad it's funny. It has 3D backgrounds, but sprites placed onto these 3D backgrounds, and they just don't work. The two sort of styles don't mix whatsoever, and it's just really limp action. But the character roster is massive. Any Dragon Ball Z character you can think of, it's huge. But if anybody wants this, don't pay any more than 75p for it. I think I'm going to do a gameplay video of this. And it's really nice condition though. Give it that. What a shocker. And finally, 75p in a different charity shop. I don't know why they're all charging 75p. Dino Crisis. Yeah, this is a no-brainer because this is on my list quite a way up. I've been checking eBay, but then keep getting outbid on eBay because it's not an expensive game. But sometimes I always seem to bid on the auctions that go way above the odds. but obviously 75p in a charity shop, really nice condition and complete. You can't ignore it. Yeah, that's all my stuff. Quite an interesting sort of varied selection. Shit, over 20 minutes. Sorry about that. I hope it doesn't put people off from watching. Obviously, if you get this far, you wouldn't have been put off from watching. Yeah. Thunder Force 4 for definite. One of the next few videos, I'm going to do probably a CT Special Forces 3 gameplay video and a Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22 gameplay video. Probably Gigawing and Raiden as well, just because they're a bitch to get hold of, and there aren't really too many videos on YouTube of them. But and maybe a PlayStation PS1 collection. Hopefully, I'd like to do that. And whatever I can think of, and maybe another maybe another DVD selection. Oh, I watched one of the Complaining Gamers videos. Really nice, really well thought out podcast about retro gaming, and he quoted an email that I sent to him. He's used it and gave me a plug. And when he was talking about what I'd said, and he was just talking about my videos, and he said, "I'm sure that guy's got mashed potato in his head." He's probably not far wrong. I've never looked inside my own head, but he's probably not far wrong. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, good on you. You're troopers, all of you. Thanks for watching. Come back very soon for more shenanigans. I'm sorry it's so long, so drawn out. On the happy notes, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.